Good morning, everyone. I'm Becky.
I'm Becky.
I'm Krista.
I'm Amber.
I'm Joe.
I'm Amber.
Hi, guys.
We are all nurses, and we're students at California University. And a part of our program is that we come and we try to teach you guys some stuff. So I'm going to talk about some infection control and disease. So I wanted to ask you guys, do you know how disease is spread? Can anyone tell me?
Oh, some, yeah.
Through your blood.
Through your blood?
Through a sneeze or coughing.
Coughing? Yeah, that's good.
Scratching and getting it on someone else.
That's good. That's real good.
Transfer of fluids.
Good one. That's a good one. I'm gonna give that a second. I brought candy for everyone. All like candy. See? Thank you for answering. So, I just wanted to talk for a minute about, like you said, for scratching.
Yeah, people brushing up against their skin.
Right.
It causes infection or causes
Right, so I'm just going to talk about the cycle of how it's spread for a second. We'll use scratching as the example, okay? So someone who has scratched themselves and say they have an infection. And so we're just going to go through the day. They wake up in the morning, they go to the bathroom. What do they do when they go to the bathroom? They scratch, open the door. So now that's on the doorknob.
Because it's opening up the pores.
Right.
To get infected.
Right. So then you go into the bathroom. You brush your teeth, turn on the handle, brush your teeth, turn off the water, go into the bathroom, flush the toilet. So now that's on everything. That's on the handles of both the toilet, the doorknob, and the sink. So can anyone tell me?
Should you wash your hands before you brush your teeth?
Well, you just answered my question. That was my question. The number one way to stop the spread of that is by washing your hands. Plain old soap and water and washing your hands. But there's a little trick to it. You have to know how to wash your hands the right way. So we're going to go over that, okay? So when you turn on the water in the bathroom and you're going to wash your hands, what you should do is take a paper towel out. If there are paper towels, now they have those fancy dryers. But you take a paper towel out and have it ready to dry. Turn on the sink.
I like the paper dryers better.
You like the dryers better?
No, I like the paper.
You like paper towels better. Well, for a cleanliness standpoint, paper towels are better. Although the dryers are more environmentally friendly. So you turn on the water, you get your soap, rinse your hands, put the soap on your hands, and you want to rub your hands for at least 15 seconds. And if you count 15 seconds, and then rinse your hands again, but don't touch the handles. Grab that paper towel, dry your hands, and then use the paper towel to turn off the water. Because what happens if you touch the handle again?
You get another germ.
You get exactly what you had when you turned it on.
Can I have a piece of candy?
Yes, candy. Pass out the candy. We have there's lots of it. You get the germs back, right? So now this is for candy too. How long do you have to rub your hands together for with soap and water?
15 seconds.
I always thought you had to say happy birthday 2 times, and you have to wash from your wrist, all the way down. That's what we do on fast food, restaurants and
right.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
You have to take the paper towel.
And use it. Yeah, you're right. You can sing Happy Birthday. You can sing. There's a couple of songs that you can sing, but it's at least 15 seconds. Which, if you count, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Of course, and you're not. And so most people, you go into the bathroom and you rinse your hands real quick, right? Most people do. So can anyone tell me what alternatives to washing your hands might be?
If you wouldn't have soap and water available, you could use that sanitizer liquid.
Exactly. Give the man a piece of candy.
Thank you.
Right.
Nerds.
So just a
Without
little.
washing the table off and not cleaning your hands when you're using your tools to cook with.
So for hand sanitizer, yeah, you want some is that you want the candy, huh?
No.
Hand sanitizer, the same thing applies. First of all, you have to, some places have that fancy, like the stuff that smells real good, you need to make sure that it's 99.9% alcohol in it. So you can look at that on the bottle.
You're supposed to use a hand soap, right?
But you can use hand sanitizer instead, as long as for the same thing applies in 15 to 20 seconds, rubbing it on your hands. You have a question?
If you have like a slice on your hand or anything, it's also not very wise to use the hand sanitizer because it can infect your cut.
It also burns really bad when you put alcohol on a cut. Yes. But hand sanitizer is not a replacement for hand washing. It's just if you they have hand sanitizer in all public places now. And so it's a good idea to, if you see it, use it. But hand washing is absolutely the #1 best way to stop the spread of disease and infection.
So you want to do both if you can.
Absolutely.
Wash and dry first, and then sanitize.
Very good. I think that deserves some candy. Any other questions about hand washing or hand sanitizer?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, now I'm going to go over lice. Has anyone heard of lice? Anyone had any experiences?
Everybody. Well, of course she did. She's
I
not
got
first.
So there are 3 kinds of lice. When I was looking this stuff up, I found it pretty interesting because there was stuff that I didn't know. There are 3 different types of lice. Okay? So the first kind, which is the most common, is head lice. This kind is usually in children. So it's seen in schools, preschools, and you know how kids play. They're touching one to another, and it's mainly spread through head-to-head contact. Now, of course, the child can bring it home, and then mom and dad have it, and the whole family has it. So does anyone have any idea how you detect lice? How would you find head lice?
Well, I think when the child starts like scratching his head and getting uncomfortable, just his hand always in his head, you probably think something's going on up there.
That's correct. The #1 sign is itching of the head. Okay?
And a lot of people assume that if you have like nice, hair and it's clean and stuff like that you won't have it. Actually, that's wrong. If it has like a lot of filth in it, then that's where they don't want to be. You know what I mean? So
Excellent point. That is my main point on head lice. On lice in general, there's a very common
What
thought.
makes up head lice? What makes it? I mean, what causes it?
It's a parasite, and it actually eats the skin. It eats and lives off of the blood.
I just don't know where it came from.
Well, it is, I don't know the origin of the parasite, but it is a parasite. It actually eats clean. They actually go they want to be on clean environments. So people get the heebie-jeebies, oh, they have lice. And that's not necessarily the case at all. They go for clean hair. So now the second type of lice. So
Because somebody could scratch somebody's head and make them end up getting.
right.
Using their hats, using their clothes.
and they hop over to like if you're like like a range or something, you can actually hop over to the hair.
Exactly. And
Yeah, but-
so in schools, one kid gets it, it's a parasite, and it wants to continue to jump from place to place, so it'll spread through the whole school.
But I don't understand. His question has not been answered. He asked, how do you get it? What did when did it start? How did it start? Do we know that?
Well, it just starts because it's a living organism on somebody's body, so it gets transferred from one person to another.
Right. I couldn't tell you where the where the very first place that it
Like
came from.
if I have the cold and then if I sneeze and you probably might get the cold from me, that's where it starts. If you have a rice, I scratch and touch it, you probably got it. If you have a rice, I have it first. How did I get it? First.
Right.
It's there.
I mean, could they crawl on the person?
Well, it's kind of like
I'm just talking.
like even like animals or like trees. I mean, you don't really know where they came from.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's something like that. It's something that just exists, and it feeds off of, you know, like you said, cleanliness. You know, a
I
parasite.
don't know, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the very first lice came from, I
Mhm.
don't know. They reproduce on your scalp, and they eat off of the human, so we are the food
How
in
do
the
you
hair.
really know if you have it or not?
So how you know if you have it or not is that your head might be itching, and you can actually see what it looks like. They look like little
Not
bugs.
taking
Yeah.
showers for
And
a good while. A long
well,
time.
really,
Hey, you
they
can get bugs and everything in your hair if you don't shower. So,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe if you know, if you don't wash your hair constantly, you might, you know, they might have a. I don't know.
lice is not one of those things. There are things that you can get from not being clean,
Clean,
which I
yeah.
think that Krista goes into the importance of hygiene and stuff in her speech. But lice is not one of them. Lice likes clean hair.
Okay.
Then there are also body lice. And then has anyone heard of crabs? Crabs are pubic lice, which are lice that go into the pubic hair on a person. You can get, yes, exactly.
I love you, Miss
It's a very good point.
I love you to death.
should have
No,
right?
it's a good point.
I asked because I'm not an American. English is my second language. Sometimes I want to point the point where it is I understand. I can't get it right, you know.
No, I
So don't
appreciate
make
your
fun
feedback.
of
You're
it.
much
No,
overworked.
Yeah, I just
yeah.
want to.
But that's why I really love this motivation for each of this.
So how would you think that pubic lice would be transmitted if it's in your pubic hair?
Sexual intercourse.
That's right.
Exactly. And they actually, how would you find it? Is that they're called crabs because they actually look like crabs that would be climbing on your hair.
Like they literally look like crabs.
Oh, yeah.
They do, but they're very microscopic. They're very very little, and so the main sign is that you're itching. The good thing about any type of lice is that they're all treatable, depending upon whether you have hair in your head, if you have it on your body, or if you have it in your pubic hair. Yes.
I thought that the crabs actually they leave all kinds of little I guess it's like a bite, you know what I mean? Do they leave bites? Because I was online and I do all kinds, you know. I just like to search stuff up, you know what I mean? And I just watch all kinds of stuff. And they said that I read this one story and there was like a little girl and I guess she had something. And you know when the lights are off, they come out, and when the lights are on, they go back in or whatever or around. Is that true?
Yeah, they have just the same as how we sleep and we
I
wake
didn't
up
say
and we
it,
eat.
you know what I mean?
But it's a very good question. Just the same way that we eat during the daytime and we sleep at night, parasites do too. So, yeah, and on children, if someone has pubic lice on a child, is a very good indicator for abuse because it is transmitted sexually. So the way that the lice is treated is that once it's detected, there are over-the-counter shampoos that you can buy. You've seen with kids, you wash their hair with the shampoo, or you wash your body with the shampoo, or there's a specific shampoo for pubic lice. Okay?
But sometimes you scratch. Sometimes you have to scratch down there. I'm gonna act embarrassed.
No, it's very true.
Sometimes men and women have to scratch down there.
Which doesn't necessarily mean that you have pubic lice. No.
It's just
You just have an itch. That's all.
bad itch sometimes.
Does anyone have any questions?
I have a comment.
Sure.
When my niece was little, she used to go to Michigan to visit her dad in the summer,
Mhm.
and she actually came home and she had sand lice in her eyebrows and in her eyelashes.
Yeah.
There are all different kinds of parasites that you can get. So the main thing that you want to watch for is that not if you have an itch that you need to scratch and it goes away.
But there's other kind of lices
Yes,
that you can catch?
yes. That sand lice is a type of body lice. There are different types of each kind, but the important thing to know is that if you're itching, if you're itching in the same place and it's not being resolved, that you need to look further into it and see if there's something going on. And if there is, you can get the over-the-counter shampoo so that you don't have to go see a doctor. It doesn't have to be an embarrassing kind of thing. Okay?
Just take, forgive me, the shower for 3 times the shower.
Yeah, showers just don't always work.
Shower doesn't
Shampoo
always work. But you do want to...
Get road cleaning, you can still do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Which, speaking of showers, Krista is going to talk to you next. Thank you for all of your input.
Thank you.
I'm going to talk about nutrition and hygiene. I'm actually going to start with nutrition, though. So, what can you guys tell me about nutrition? Anything.
What do you
Tell me
want to know?
anything.
Candy's not good for you.
Candy is not good for you. That is a start.
Eating healthy,
Eating healthy.
about having your meats and having your vegetables.
Fruits and veggies.
Having your bread and having.
Good.
your
Food pyramid,
fruit,
right?
All that, yeah.
All right. Well, first, I gave you that summary, and I did put the numbers and the names of all the local shelters and food bank in Uniontown. Just so you guys